bring to the Board of Education to make it a successful and productive board that will bring higher graduation rates and success for all students in Hempstead? What can you do to make the board productive? And what will you do to bring higher graduating rates for our students?
To get higher graduation rate, we need a lot of involvement and engagement. And part of the education is not only the school system or the Board of Education, but it's the community and parents. Parents are main key, and one of my main goals is to open the doors, especially to parents, but not only parents and the community too. Because right now, it's one of the main problems that we have at the board. I'm an example of that. The more away you stay, it's better for them. You ask things that they don't like, and they ask you to stay quiet. They even tell you you are going to be removed with the security guard. And that is one of the main things that we need to change. We need reforms. Would you like to be welcome in the school board meetings? I think everybody will be welcome at the school meetings. Everybody would like to participate. Everybody would like to know what is going on in the schools. And then everybody would like to volunteer new ideas that benefit the schools and the students, not only the school boards. As a community, we should have something to say. It's not the job of a teacher, of the principal, or the board, of one administrator. It's a whole body of people that we have to get together. The board, the community, and parents. And we always have to include the students, what they need and what they would like to have new. Because the last person that we include on this are the students.
Thank you. Mr. Cook?
Thank you. One of the things that people get mixed up, in my opinion, is the amount of money that we spend on our students. I don't think that the issue, as it relates to what we need to do in terms of graduation rates and things of that nature, necessarily has to do with the amount of money that we spend per student, because we spend the same amount of money, about $18 to $28,000 per student, but two districts, Rockville Center and Manhasset, spend the same thing that we do. But their graduation rates are much, much higher than ours. Why is that? I believe that what has to happen is that we need to take a look at how our board is performing. I think what we need to do is we need to take a look at the communication that takes place, or the lack of communication that takes place, because sometimes I think things get stagnant up top. And that's something that I think that I can bring to the board, is to be able to talk to folk, make them understand that we're all in this thing together, and we need to make changes that are best for the entire community, all the children of our school system. It doesn't matter where you're from, it matters where we have you here now and what it is that we need to do. So what I think I bring is relationship development, maintenance, being able to have each other, talk to each other, come to the table, make people feel comfortable when they come to our school board meetings. Reach out to the community and find out exactly what it is that you think that we may need. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get everything, we're going to give everything that we're asked for, but I can guarantee you that we will have the conversations and we will do the things that are right for this community.
Mr. Myers?
Okay, I'd just like to remind the audience that a member of the school board only has one vote. And don't forget that. Everybody thinks they can orchestrate a whole transformation of the school board and its attitudes and its history. You're going to have to be a little more engaging, a little more convincing that your ideas are good for the students and for the activities of the school district. And that's the obligation. We can't just keep pointing fingers and accusing entities, because it is a combination of everybody working together, everybody at the table, trying to compromise, trying to understand what it is that we're trying to achieve on behalf of students. That's the goal, and that's the full operation. And I encourage all of the candidates to make this their special effort. Bring everybody together, because without that, you have this arrow pointing and dart throwing, and that's a waste of everybody's time. So apart from that, I'd just like to say that we have recommended, on the point of transparency, that we take a dedicated channel on the cable cable vision and the flyers. And the board meetings become public, and people see what's happening at the school district. Have it televised, be wide open. Let everybody see what's being done. And then when you want to critique, send a letter, send a phone calls, do something to say, well, I think we ought to do such and such. And I thank you.
One of the things that I feel that I can bring to the board is coming from a corporate background or corporate sector would bring leadership and organizational behavior. One of the challenges that we have on a day-to-day basis, again, from the corporate sector, is that we deal with SWOT analysis. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? When we look at our children now and we say we want to increase the graduation rate, well, I think we need to do an assessment when they come into the 9th grade and allow that assessment to follow them through so that they will critically remain on course or remain online to move towards graduation. In order to accomplish that, that assessment must be put into operation, where everyone who's attached or everyone who touches that child has the responsibility to adhere to that assessment, to conform to that assessment, and to respond to that assessment. That way that child travels through the whole 4 years that they are in school. They're able to know every step of the way where they are, what they need to do, and what is required moving forward.
I didn't speak in my introduction about my employment history, but just to share with you, I spent 4 years as HR manager for JCPenney's, 2 JCPenney stores here on Long Island, and I was in charge of hiring, sourcing, reviewing policies, reviewing productivity, and I had to make some tough decisions, and I realized in order to make a business function the way that our big wigs wanted it to function, we needed to include everyone and have diverse people in the panel making decisions besides myself. So I can bring to the table inclusion and diversity. We need to include the public. We need to include all of the community, whether it be African Americans, Hispanics, anybody else who speak any other languages. We need to include what the words that we've been using lately, the stakeholders, anybody who has businesses in Hempstead. Because everybody wants the children, or ought to want the children to strive, because the children are the future of this village. So if they're educated, they'll go out and seek higher education, hopefully come back into the village and sow that same seed that we'll sow into the children. Also, I want to bring back, some programs and some new ideas. Programs, we need to get probably some better vocational programs and some better alternative education. So there's a lot of programs that I can talk about, but my main thing is inclusion and diversity. We need to talk to everyone, whether it's the teachers, the administrators, anybody that has an interest in the young people. Inclusion and diversity, I can bring to the board.
Thank you. Thank you. One of the things that we have positive going on in Hempstead Public Schools is we're working with Dr. Ken Sanders out of Nassau Community College to bring a Gear Up program in here. We met with him and Professor Wise. And a Gear Up program means that they will take the youth in 7th grade, and they will go 7 through 12. And they will be their mentors. They will help them in science, English, math. They will help them with their family problems. It will be a family affair. So we're hoping and praying that that will come, and that will really help us a lot. It will not be the answer to all things, but it will certainly be a good beginning. And we're really looking forward to it, because that program comes with so many options. It takes students straight through 7th grade to the college door. And as someone said earlier, we know all of them won't go to the college door, but this program will be providing skills for them, plumbers, electricians, all of that, and that's what we need. And those are one of the things that we are trying to do. Thank you.